Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that knows their name. We are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. And we got AEW Collision tonight. It's going to be a fun one. As you can see on the screen, I imagine this is going to be the main event. And we're going to get into all the rumors, all the news, all the fun stuff. So you out there, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, get in that chat, hit all the buttons, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we're back for another live stream tonight, AEW Collision. Going to be a fun one on this Saturday night. I hope everyone out there is doing healthy, happy, and safe. You're having a wonderful weekend. We'll be back at it tomorrow with the Dirt Sheet debate, and then bringing you all the wrestling right into full gear next week. So lots going on here at the channel. I hope everyone's doing well, like I said. But I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick. And yes, last night we had a fantastic feel-good Friday of actually with kind of both shows, even though I'm amazed Vikingo can walk after that spot. But absolutely, let's see if tonight can live up to expectations, especially when it's a week out from full gear as well, which we'll be here live for. And didn't we say last night that they had moved Collision next week to Friday, so we're going head to head. We're going to see if Collision could really take on SmackDown.
We're going to get 3 straight hours of AEW next Friday, in addition to our Friday night SmackDown. So strap in and strap on. It's going to be an interesting one. What? But yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy.
Sorry, I want to address this real quick. Why can't you cheer for my Bills? Why?
I don't cheer for them ever, so we're good.
Listen, well, we've also got Steven Elimination Chambers already out here letting us know for everybody's view.
Sorry, I'm distracted. Saturday night.
That's what I'm talking about, of how you're distracted here. Is we're already starting off here, talking about other things, of how it's 1-1 Canucks versus Leafs right now, in case you wonder what KJ is watching.
They're scrapping, so I might be distracted as we lead into the next 10 minutes or so.
Right.
But yeah, little Domi throwing hands like his papa used to.
Well, Domi or OG Domi was like Danny DeVito on hockey skates.
Man, he's a good guy, and I coached against Max, and Max was a pain in the ass to coach against because he just bury at will.
Yeah, I just happened to coach against an NHL player, and I wondered why they kicked my ass.
Well, yeah, at 6 years old, you were like, yeah, he might be going places. So yeah, no, he's good kid.
Kenny, what up? Pastor, what up? Steven got 2 TVs ready for this Friday. There we go. Yes. There we go. Well, we got you covered with both streams because, nobody covers more wrestling, especially live wrestling, than we do.
2 streams, 2 hosts. No, 2 shows, 2 hosts, 1 stream. There we go.
Yeah, that's how you know it's going to be a 5-star night, folks, if you do math.
Add it up.
Bobby, what up? My favorite tag team in the world. Oh, I appreciate it.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, we're rolling through. Tonight is I will remind everyone out there, this is a no spoiler zone because Nick, this is a taped episode.
Is it so weird that it's taped when you why is it not live? Why?
I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. I know maybe they just couldn't get the arena in LA. I have no idea, and maybe someone else out there knows what the reasoning is. Did it get bumped due to what? What sport would bump it? Basketball?
But yeah, well, it's getting to the point where it seems like Collision's almost getting taped. It's just now Wednesdays is just a mega taping of Ring of Honor, Rampage, Dynamite, and Collision. Well, Dynamite's at least live, but you're seeing these, show up to the venue at like 3 in the afternoon, and you end up leaving the venue at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and everything.
Yep. You're not wrong. So, I mean, again, you talk about long nights, 4 or 5 hour tapings. But yeah, no, at the end of the day, it's very interesting that this is a taped episode. And I'm just double checking to confirm about Friday as far as, yeah, we'll go head to head. I'm just trying to see if next week's is taped as well. I thought it might have been.
Fair enough. Trevor, what's up, fam? Go Buckeyes. Well, I say that as a Notre Dame fan, and we ain't doing shit this year. See, money, I see your comment, and I'm not going to click on it. Oh, Lexus is saying it's
Basketball.
Yeah, because of basketball. I was trying to think of the term of when preempted. There we go.
Preempted.
Well, remember when Raw would get preempted because of the Westminster Dog Show?
Yes. Oh, yeah. It was hilarious. You're like, what is this shit?
It's a taped episode. What? No wonder things are so sticky around here. Pause.
Tape.
If they even tape Dynamite. Why?
I don't know.
Is he just planning to just get the back catalog now?
He's trying to get some shows in like Tupac.
well, it's
record everything.
Pay-per-view so far, even with Full Gear, it's only 8 matches announced so far. We've still got a week to go. Give it another week and we'll get to 14, 15 and everything. Because that's the thing, is this man already books a whole week of television into a pay-per-view. Now he's booking a whole week of television into one night. Expecting a raucous crowd throughout 12 hours of wrestling.
Yeah. No, you're true. And I mean, again, it's the second last SmackDown before Survivor Series. So, I mean, a lot of eyes are on the product. I mean, from what I could see online, there was a lot of good reviews about last night's show. A lot of people seem pretty jazzed about the women as far as lining up and EO rejoining Asuka and Kyrie. Everyone's getting a kick out of it. So, yeah, Tony's in tough either way.
Right. Well, Steven's saying, guessing it's taped because of Veterans Day. I don't think that'd be why they tape it. If anything, you do live, and then you can kind of, build that up. But by the way, happy Veterans Day, Eric said. And
Remembrance Day as well to all my Canadian brethren out there. Big shout out.
That's what you call it today?
Remembrance Day, yeah.
Oh, well, how fitting for Canada, respectfully, that it's like the much more like peaceful, like relaxed term of Veterans Day versus just remember.
I told you we wear poppies on. I should actually have one on now. It's actually out there on the table, but we wear little poppies to remind everybody. Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about poppies, but apparently we're talking about Buckeyes. Suck, go Michigan. Buckeyes. I don't even know if I want to touch the whole Michigan thing. Sign stealing sounds very familiar to the Patriots around here, but I mean, I feel like everybody does it. Just every now and then certain people get caught doing it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello, everybody. Sitting here going to do the watch along. I got a mod Fallout 4 going right now. Turn down the Doom music. Shout out Dale. Man's just gaming hardcore. He's out there like Clay of just telling us everything he's doing while still having us in the background. Which if you're a fan of us while the wrestling, good on you.
Go. I appreciate you turning down the sound to listen to our nonsense.
Happy Veterans Day also today. Fair enough.
I know you said you weren't going to click on this, but that made me laugh. And
I didn't want to for the algorithms.
Yeah. I won't say much about it, but
Boston's already labeled it comment of the year, and now I almost halfway want to start, but we have to.
We've had some doozies.
The YouTube overlords.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to set the bar there, but nonetheless, I'm glad somebody picks up on my humor when I.
Yeah, we don't set the bar; we are the bar.
Yeah, I'm at the bar.
Oh, facts. Ohio State never cheats. Bullshit. Urban Meyer was under a bunch of scandals. Well, and then actually, no, I think that might have been more Florida, but I'm sure there's been some shit in Ohio State. Let's not go there.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice, Nick. I'm a Michigan fan. I didn't say nothing. Everybody's coming from the headline. I didn't say nothing.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't do it.
I can't do nothing. Juice, what up? Eric saying you guys are the best. Appreciate you, my guy.
Thank you, Eric.
We try a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know what? It might be facts. I'm sorry, but it might be.
Not disputable.
Canadian American. There you go.
Right.
Yin yang.
Facts. The Michigan thing has nothing on the Northwestern football. Yeah. Or, well, let's go into the whole SMU. to where they literally got the death penalty in college football, which they had to invent the rule to punish these people.
That death penalty rule blows my mind. You are fucked. Like, just bury you.
But that shows you the level. I don't think it's that way. As we're on a tangent, as we've got about 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, we got time. We got time.
Real quick.
It's Saturday.
But so is college sports that way in Canada, like it is here in the US, to where literally we have boosters, we have everything. Now you have NIL deals. So basically, we've turned college football into, or college athletics into how you guys have junior hockey. Like, I'm sure I may be speaking out of turn, but somebody in junior hockey can do an advertisement for your local Tim Hortons.
Yeah, so the money for us is in like the junior hockey for sure. Opposed to that, like generally, if you're playing, I don't want to say this because I got too disrespectfully, and I don't mean it at all, but generally, if you're in the university hockey, you've kind of missed the other boats that you could have jumped on. So it's not like where your high school students are hoping to play university. Our top players are hoping to go junior. And generally you get some older players that, either had their junior career.
Equivalent we have to something like that is how high school players will go to like the minor leagues versus going to college for baseball. But our college athletics, especially for football and basketball, are just it's what the G League's supposed to be.
No, the dollars aren't there. Like the NC2A has a lock on that, and I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of conversation about how the NCAA.
What is that? Is that stuff that serious though up there?
No, not here. Like there's no the same dollars. Like if they put
I'm not even saying about the money. I'm saying like the rivalries and like competitiveness. Well, obviously the money too. I mean, that's what we're talking about.
I mean, if you ask somebody that went to one of the universities that played, would be like, yeah, the rivalry matters. But to the general public, there's not people like, wait, you like Alberta? What the? No, it doesn't happen. No.
Fair enough. Because I mean, I even grew up to where I had 2 Division I hockey schools around me within 10 miles, and that was our Yankees Red Sox growing up.
Yeah, and I mean, we got like I said, we definitely have like our junior game has a lot of rivals to it. People pay attention to it. It's televised in most markets, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's not the same, especially when it comes to football.
Fair enough. So last minute, I'll fit these in real quick here. Jeff saying, I'm having Cheers flashbacks of all this talk about bars.
That's what we said. We're like the Cheers of wrestling. Norm.
Right. What?
That's it.
I have a weird feeling that the devil is Jack Perry. Could be Zigglypuff.
Listen, I think the front runner is Britt Baker, and
she's even come out and said that's not her.
But okay. And CM Punk said he's not going back to WWE, so hold on tight.
Brandon, what up?
I don't know.
Should be about to kick off here. It's 8 o'clock hour.
Dun, dun, dun. I shouldn't.
I refreshed. I'm getting the end of the Good Suicide Squad movie because John Cena and James Gunn.
There you go.
There you go. Now I've got the hype up video for Collision as we're about to kick off here.
Do you know what is on like every channel for me right now? It is
hockey.
No, NC2A football, like on like through my
Why is that a Canadian thing of NC2A? Like we just say NCAA.
It sounds so weird saying AA, NCAA. I don't know why. But yeah,
we just got that drawl here, I guess, in the US of NCAA.
WWE.
That's why people, when you hear SEC filings, people think SEC football.
Yeah, there you go. I got the Righteous and Jake the Snake on the screen.
I right now have Sting, Edge, and Darby.
So I got slightly ahead of you. Okay.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna refresh.
Exciting.
Yeah, you're gonna just be ahead of me, I guess, because right now I'm at the Righteous here. But folks, we are live with AEW Collision as we're kicking off right now, and I like that we're getting this. I've always liked this about this show. You get the little tie-in. Everything seems tied to that show specifically.
Yeah, I like the opening little the opening little promos they do. I mean, it kind of sets up the show nicely. It has that old school, 80s, early 90s vibe.
It reminds me of the WCW Nitro game too, where when you pick your character, before you pick your character, they tell you why you should pick them. I am Alex Wright. We're going to do this right.
Yeah, right.
Like Kevin Nash was clearly hungover when he was doing it.
He didn't even try.
No.
But yeah, no, I like it. I like the AEW needs more of this, more build, more feel to the show.
Connect.
What?
It gives an opportunity for even your general audience to connect.
Absolutely. And again, if you are peeking in at the beginning of a show and they kind of give you that rundown, could somebody says pull you in? Or do you see somebody that, oh, I know Andrade,
right? But okay, this is a little long. We're doing every match now. Like maybe do one, maybe two, not every match.
And just what we were almost out of the woods with all the positivity. And but yeah, you're right. Like it's very interesting to do it for 3 matches. Everybody on the show.
That is a good visual though to kick off the show, though. Sorry, with the video package of you have Edge, hitting the side of the stage, doing his little shit normally with the pyro and everything going off, and it's da 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 da. Like it just instantly gets you amped up. Like Tony shelled out the big bucks, but it works.
Yeah, and I was looking at this card for tonight here, Nick, and part of me, I mean, again, I just feel like Collision, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Collision has changed since Punk has left, and I think that's undeniable, just based on how it's booked. Like looking at the card.
Bro, I've already seen people already out there throwing it out of, I can't wait to see the dark side of the ring that shows the clip of the Young Bucks doing the victory lap in the ring on Collision, like the day after Punk got fired.
Yeah.
Like it 100% has completely changed. It has gone from what was competing was the 1A to the 1B show, almost respectfully, from it's almost the C show. Damn near.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Rampage still feels like an afterthought to me. I still feel like there's a little more love for Collision. But yeah, I mean, Hot and Flexible.
What? Sorry, I've got Andrade coming out right now.
Yeah, he's not Hot and Flexible, but behind
him, he might be. I mean, Rucha.
He might be.
You don't know. Charlotte's the only one who knows, and I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. What's up, Chris? How you doing? How you doing?
You are that far ahead of me.
Yeah, and you know what? I can't help it.
I'm gonna try and see if I can find an alternative means to speed up my process here, but we might just be a day late and $1 short.
I want to see if I can.
There's this thing called this pause button, my guy.
There's not.
No. Really?
That's the issue I'm having.
You got the Peacock situation that
I don't have a pause.
Most of us in the US have. If you can't pause that shit, or especially rewind. But I've got right now Andrade entering the ring with CJ Perry.
They got Miro looking on. So listen, Miro Andrade is not a bad idea. But this whole I don't know who my wife is and I don't want to hang out with her. I mean, come on now.
It's all sorts of weird, and I mean, what if they just tacked it? Like,
well,
none of this is helping. Like, none of this is good.
Yeah, you're not like, oh my god, I wonder what Andrade is really gonna do. Would it have not helped the hype and the build and the support for Miro as you bring his wife back as a baby face? They have a big hug.
Go back to making him fucking Rusev. Just do Rusev as the Redeemer type shit. And it
Miro, crush!
Right. I'm here to break you. He said he's here to break you. Thank you.
What is this DJ
Daniel Garcia.
This should be a good match.
That's what it sounds like.
This should be a really good match, though.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Daniel Garcia's theme is ass.
It's ridiculous.
Straight ass.
Changed a little bit since Punk left. Yeah, like looking at the card, it's a lot of. It feels like way more matches because you're not getting some of the longer matches we were getting. Like Punk was leaving a lot of time for like main events. We had the 60-minute Iron Man match. Like I don't know. It's just unfortunate because Collision seemed like a beacon of hope for a minute.
Right.
Right.
No, fair enough. I think I've got both men locking up right now. Have I managed to catch up with you.
Yeah, pretty much. I got
Hey,
Perry's
good on ya.
clapping. Now they're
Chip and Dale, Rescue
Rescue
Rangers.
Rangers.
I can't hear that not break out to that.
No, every time.
Aviation. I don't know what he said. Bashy, what up? Ought to turn Rampage into an hour full of women's matches to use their talent.
It's not a terrible idea. People have suggested it. I just worry about
Ring of Honor.
Do they have enough depth to do an all women's show for 1 hour, and would it get ratings?
The first question I think is arguably laughable. Do they have depth? Tony Khan will sign anybody and everybody. There is no bottom here. Pause. Will it draw ratings? That's the big question. I still think you just chop Rampage. Just be fucking done with it.
Got it? Yeah.
That's Ring of Honor now, because that's what's really come under fire lately is how Ring of Honor's been presented under Tony Khan. It's almost worse. It was almost better off being dead.
Yep. And he had no, again, when he bought it and he came out and gave that big speech and he was like uber excited, like a kid in some kind of store, Nick. And literally,
you mean a candy store? What?
Oh, we're getting a little big pop for Andrade hooking the ropes, taking a siesta.
Oh, I haven't even got there yet. I've got him fighting out of it right now. Right out of a. Now I got there, so I'm 30 some odd seconds behind you.
Shit. I'll temper.
No, you're good. We'll roll.
But
you call the action. I'll just be. I'll be sidecar.
But yeah, no, the best option I believe for Rampage is take Ring of Honor out from behind the paywall, make the champions of Ring of Honor defend their belts only on Ring of Honor, and unless it's a one-off, like a Becky Lynch, before the AEW fans yell at me, well, WWE did it. Do it the way they did it. If your vets go down and help out for a hot minute, fine. But if you have your Ring of Honor belts all over your AEW show, it's never going to get over. It's never going to help. You're not selling a whole lot of Honor Club stuff. And Tony didn't live up to the promise of, I'm going to keep the legacy of Ring of Honor alive. He didn't do it.
It doesn't feel any different. The best and simplest way that you can say this is treat Ring of Honor like WWE treats NXT.
Mm-hmm.
It's best. I know it's a simple ass blueprint, and it's obviously pretty hard to repeat because nobody else has fucking done it.
Yeah.
But that's the blueprint of treat it as its own separate brand, make it relevant, put a fucking focus on it.
Yeah, 100%. Because when you got good young talent, you got even with we saw Red Velvet come back. She's a talented lady. She's got a whole bunch of charisma, a whole bunch of energy.
Billy Starks is on that roster as a minion.
Well, yeah. But you have her and she's continually landing on her face. So if you have an opportunity to train, develop, work the green out of some of these athletes, you're going to get a better product on TV.
But this is a Eddie Kingston being Ring of Honor champion right now is a fucking gift that Tony Khan doesn't know what to do with. Because think about it, he could be your fucking figurehead of that brand. You want to make that whole brand about heart and soul and passion and have fucking emotion behind it and everything. So there's no one more believable than Eddie to be at the fucking forehead of that.
Yeah, and nothing screams that more than a match with Angelico.
What?
Yeah, so
that's gave me a reason to give a fuck.
Yeah, but if you were booking Ring of Honor solid and really, like you said, building it around an Eddie and making, to me, Eddie, as much as I love Eddie, he's almost invisible, if not irrelevant. And we all pop and cheer when he shows up, but then he's, behind a paywall fighting Angelico. It doesn't make any sense with the talent level of Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie's such an underused talent and underrated talent, but I digress.
Ooh, this was a good one. What promise has Tony lived up to? That he would run a company that does wrestling.
About the bare minimum right there. Yep. He has big announcements. They're big to him, not
right?
to anyone else.
He promised he'd try. He's definitely trying. Promised an
Get the
alternative.
tryout. Come to the tryouts.
Garcia's dancing on Perry.
Pause.
You heard me.
Is there a promotion for women's wrestling called Glorious, Gorgeous
Not
Women
anymore.
Wrestling? Well, no, there's WoW, Women of
It's
Wrestling.
WoW. Well, yeah, it used to be Glow, and I believe it's the same people doing WoW nowadays. I will say this about WoW. If you ever catch an episode of WoW, they structure that show phenomenally. Like NWA, even like shows like Rampage could actually take a production note from WoW as far as like backstage promo match, and like
you know who used to do that? Ring of Honor back in the fucking day.
That's exactly what it's like, dude. Just easy peasy, no bullshit. Like the odd little angle. The problem with WoW is it's all like the farmer's daughter and the truck drivers.
All right. My name is JC Waterfalls.
It's but nonetheless, what did you just?
I was trying to make a Jason Waterfalls joke. If I was trying to do the whole TLC thing of don't go Jason Waterfalls, and I just fucked it all the way up because I tried to make Jason female and it didn't work.
I just took me a minute to be like, what? Garcia is growing in his pants.
Pause. But pause, double pause on that.
Good. Garcia is talented.
He would be phenomenal on Ring of Honor, or you build him up right now, AEW mid-card title.
Yeah, I mean, if he was your Ring of Honor television champion and he showed up,
I believe, even if he was your top guy, if he was a heel going after Eddie right now, I believe it. I'd be fine with it.
Yep.
Young vet versus young upstart.
Yeah. The young lion going after.
Old vet. Yeah, you got one.
Yeah, no, I got you. And I mean, I agree with that, man. I really do think that Tony has an opportunity, but he's spread so thin. And we talked about it when it came to like Wembley. Yes, Wembley's a big feather in his hat. But like it was like the house is on fire and he just built a second floor to the house. Like you're not really building a stable foundation.
Tony Khan is that dog in the fucking meme of this is fun. This is fun. Everything is burning around this poor bastard, but this is fun. The dancing spot's annoying as hell. Boo. It's growing on me a little bit, but it's one of those. It's so comic of you crippling yourself. How do you recover outside of that?
I think if it was used wiser. Like we've seen a lot of stupid shit, like the Alpha Academy. But when they found their mark of when to be stupid, when to be serious, it works, right? Like they have a big, hot tag and Gable goes and takes out everybody and stops and does a thank you. The crowd pops. But when Danny's doing the hip thrust in the backstage interviews and when he comes out before the match, during the match, after the match, that's when it's like, well, this guy just looks like an idiot. What are you doing?
It reminds you very much of Disco Fever. And also, like I said, we mentioned him earlier, or at least I did, of Alex Wright. Yeah, Potty Boy. Yeah, it reminds you of that whole. I don't know why I turned into Arnold there for half a second. But,
I love it.
It reminds you of that, though, of like it becomes too comedy to be taken seriously.
Yeah. And I think we talked about that with the Tony Storm stuff of like, I really like what Tony Storm's doing. I know. But when you do a segment like where you're doing the slow
I'll eat an orange, though. I'll eat an orange.
Absolutely. I'm shocked that Tony didn't shove that right in his mouth. Looking like a pig waiting for the luau.
But, here looking for a hunk of meat. Eat my friend Pooba. He's a healthy treat.
Want to get porked? Anyway.
Luau.
Woo. I forgot what
Ric Flair? I got Garcia with an ankle lock right now.
That's what we're
on the head behind.
Sorry, we got sidetracked with P.
What comes around is all around.
When you got a slow motion, say, "Oh wait, we got an ankle." Yeah, he's holding on. When you have a peanut butter and jam segment that's slow motion and really silly and really stupid, and then you follow it with a black and white Tony Storm acting crazy, it ends up being silly on silly, and it kind of washes it both out. Right? So that's where you can't overdo the silly. You got to have special feels to
At
each and every
times, I
segment.
feel watching AEW has become like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like, can you believe they did this shit?
Right? And we're not, again, if anyone hears this as, well, they're not doing anything right, I mean, they're struggling. And again, I think there's room for growth.
We see everything. We see the avenues that, like, we see the pathways of, like, if you just went here, this would work. Like, you're making the wrong turn. You're missing your fucking exit and not realizing it till you're 3 miles down the fucking highway.
Yeah, actually, very apropos. But Andrade setting up a good response from the crowd for Andrade. I have to say that.
Do you find it weird that he's not in kind of the faction that he founded? Like, it's now just Roosh in gang.
What I find weird is there was really no explanation of why they're not all friends still. It kind of went away and then came back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen people even throw out now, not because Ric Flair's there, because Andrade's there.
Yeah.
Charlotte's AEW bound. Good luck on that one. Good luck.
I mean, maybe she wants to go slumming for a summer.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
I don't see it though. Wow, used to be Glow, gorgeous one. Yeah. And Glow was an actually decent TV show. Go watch it on Netflix or Star or wherever the fuck it is.
Yeah, because you can't watch Eels now.
Yeah, bullshit. What happened to Action Andrade or Andretti? Working with CJ Perry, he got beat up by Miro. Miro kicked the shit out of him.
He got beat up by Miro. Well, even before then, he went over Jericho and then he became dust in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
He just
that's what happens, right? That's what happens when the vet stomps on the victory by setting you on fire right after you get it.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting the Three Amigos. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I like this, even though I know it's obviously taped, but just how apropos timing that this is the anniversary of Eddie's last match. And we're getting the Three Amigos from Andrade.
I don't much care for CJ Perry standing there like she's at church, just randomly smiling when Andrade hits a move and like thanking the Lord it happened.
I don't get the outfit. She looks like she's trying to, like, that's a bedroom attire. Like, you look like you stole your husband's suit. Like, that shit don't fit you, dear. Like,
I'm waiting for her and a gang of guys.
Like Kanye in a video or something.
I'm waiting for her and a gang of guys to rob a jewelry store in Beverly Hills. Jesus.
What? Hold on.
And if you get that,
I'm glad you finished that, because I was picturing a couch and it wasn't going to go well.
Right? And Flavor Flav going to show up and try and marry this lady with that jacket on. Bum, bum, bum. While we wait for commercial, as I mentioned, now that Kevin Owens is suspended for his actions, we'll talk about this on commercial, Nick. I predict JBL will substitute for Corey until Survivor Series. Interesting. I don't think so. JBL has a bit of a tumultuous relationship.
Oh, that's why they will substitute.
What?
Maybe we'll just substitute. We don't know.
I'm in.
Yeah, deal. We'll do it for free. Honestly, WWE.
Yeah.
Just, you might keep whoever's working the bleep button on like, keep him alert, and also, can I get the teleprompter?
Yeah, Nick's gonna pull him
off.
Can
we use the teleprompter?
Yeah, we'll do it for free. Actually, I'd like Kevin Patrick to sit in between, just to help him out. His usual seat, he can have it. We'll sit on each side.
So I'm just next to, like, Cole?
No, I assume he wouldn't be there.
Oh, so we take over. So we take over Cole and for Corey?
Yeah.
All right.
And Kevin can just chill.
Kevin can just be Kevin.
Yeah. We need a silent partner.
Well, I was gonna say we have that with the chat, so 100%. So see, this is why we are the alternative commentaries. You can just now, especially that we know that Kevin Owens is going to be there, even though we have his doppelganger. You can just put SmackDown's commentary.
It's over. You're about to get it, I think. So
I got figure 4,
figure 8. It's over.
This man gonna bridge like his wife.
Pause. Yeah, he does it now. It's now
right. 8. Yeah. Tap out, tap out. I don't know who sold more of this match, fucking Aubrey or CJ Barry.
Right. And Miro in the dark.
Pause. I'm just a rainbow.
Like, why turn the light on, bro? Enjoy the show.
Yeah, you're still watching it sideways. Look at it. So why do you watch shit sideways? What do you Thor? You touch it and it starts like freaking out.
And now we're getting a replay from last week's Dynamite. MJF and the lights out. Now there's some interesting theories going around about this masked person, but I'm starting to think the leading one is Britt Baker, and I see people trying to convince me why it's good, and I think it's terrible.
Larry, I appreciate you 100%. Yeah, as now I'm getting the video package. As Damien's also mentioned, there's 295 going on in the background.
Yes,
this is not Britt Baker. I would be more apropos to believe that it's Cole in the gang.
Yes, I'm leaning Cole in the gang.
I'm like, that's almost the front runner. I know I initially pitched the MJF thing. The CM Punk thing, you're out to fucking lunch. If you think that, and honestly, if that is the case, if the wool has been pulled over everybody's eyes, we will sit here and do a half-hour stream just apologizing to Tony Khan.
I mean, I might still have some questions. Let's say it is Punk. You would really hurt your company for a month? Yeah, like I said, the only way
was he hurting it or just it was doing what it did? Like,
well, when he he's not, they fire him before the show in Chicago, so he misses that. That hurts business. Collision's gone down into the toilet since he's left. Like, they negatively impact the business with his absence. The only way you could do that, or like when Tony, like it gets revealed it's Punk, Tony would have to explain to people, listen, he was injured and we worked it into the story.
Would you hurt your business knowing that in however many months or whatever, you're going to double, triple, quadruple your investment into that and everything? You're going to blow it the fuck up, because that's the thing. Like we've even said, we've been harsh critics on that.
Yeah.
If CM Punk is the devil, which is still, I highly doubt that. If he pulls that off, that is the fucking immaculate reception. 100%.
Oh yeah. No, dude, Nick, it's huge. I mean, again, it would be ballsy in the sense of you'd have to understand, like when people are like, "Oh, boss, the ratings were in the toilet on Saturday."
I would respect Tony Khan if you have stones to fucking gamble and do that shit. You went all in literally on that.
That's exactly what I was saying, Nick, was that, it would be ballsy, like to hope that the return, I know this is going to go over so big, I can let business go down for a couple months. Ballsy. Bold, and I mean, you'd hope it worked out.
Right. Go see my saying timestamp. Yes, you can go ahead and timestamp that right there, because if he pulls that off, if this man pulls off the Music City Miracle to fucking make this shit work, good on you. Well earned. You deserve it.
Did you see the thing going around yesterday from SmackDown? Was it Waller? Somebody did a backstage interview, and the Columbus Blue Jackets kind of shit was on the wall, and all you could see was the stars, the 5 stars.
Oh, that was the Jay. That was the
Jimmy.
That was the no yeet.
No yeet.
It's still great. That's the only thing that we miss at times, is because we're talking over everything. Is you miss the no yeet.
What a scene.
Oh, but so you want to talk into commercial break, as we are in a commercial break. Curtis isn't here to say this of how many commercial breaks we are in, but Kevin Owens suspended from Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah,
because he put hands on people.
Well, I guess he put hands on people while being woohoo. Never, sorry, sidetracked by a Nylander goal.
While being woohoo,
Sorry,
yes.
JV Nylander just got another one. But yeah, Nick, I mean, I think it's hilarious that they suspended him because he was on commentary. People get jumped all the time, no suspension, but it's because he was working commentary.
Everything though with that was great. Even you had him with a teleprompter. You had him. They even did in that whole segment that it was Nick Aldis's tie he was borrowing. Excuse me. Even the what's her name that interviewed KO backstage pointed out how he hit puberty on commentary because his voice was kind of fun. He came down with that John Cena.
Right. But I have Christian, Nick Wayne, and Lucha Dude coming to the ring.
Lucha Kane.
I think Lucha's there. Is he?
Yes, he's there. Christian over my dad. And then there's a sign of the dude, literally, the cuckiest of cucks, just there saying her dad.
Is Nick Wayne partly related to Jim Brewer? He always looks baked.
I mean, as a vitamin-friendly channel, I can either say yay or nay.
Right? 6-man tag. Dalton Castle coming out, and I still think that AEW needs more Dalton, but nobody will listen.
I'm a peacock, and you gotta let me fly.
Again, to me, he's just another guy that gets the crowd out of their seats, and he's got charisma. He's not just another wrestler coming down.
He worked in Ring of Honor. If you're gonna make Ring of Honor a focus, like they fucking should, he works. Like you could build this man up to where he was, even in Sinclair Broadcasting Ring of Honor, to where he was arguably up there as a potential world title contender.
He was the heart and soul of Ring of Honor for a hot minute when things started shifting, and he went through that storyline where he was so beaten and broken from so many title defenses. Shout out to Dale. Good job, buddy. Yeah, I mean, Dalton Castle, I mean, if he was in a 6-month program right now, Nick, with like Joe, and Joe's the champion, or an Eddie, and he's that, the flamboyantly over top guy going against the hardened guy. I mean, you have that angle, pause. But you could have a program that works where there's a chase.
No, he works for the fucking trios titles that they even had going. That the Bucks, the Hung Bucks there won and then proceeded to turn around and drop like it didn't even matter. So they just won it just to say, well, we know who runs the joint here.
The
Devil Ziggler. Oops, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. What about that theory?
Dalton Castle's next. What? Sorry.
What about that theory that all the masked people or all the hooded men are all like the ex-WWE snips?
Could be.
Like a WWE army, like a Ziggler.
Mustafa Ali. I mean, he's been notorious for being in masked organizations.
Right. It wouldn't be the first time he's pulled this shit.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's so, like, Jack Perry to me has become an outlier kind of inside track here prediction. Because, like, that's the thing, though. The CM Punk shit, that's a Hail Mary. That's oh, my God, that is a miracle. MJF, to me, that's a weak argument. I know I've made that argument and everything like that. That's weak.
It's not. I don't listen. I'll defend you a little bit on that one, my guy, in the sense that I don't think it's a weak argument. I think there's cause that thinks they may do something like that, and again, it kind of falls in the wheelhouse of what we've come to expect from Tony. Of like, oh, just go the easy route. MJF. It's MJF again.
It's not a bad route to go. Like, it's not exactly the path of least resistance, but it's not the worst option you could pick.
Yeah.
Adam Cole to me, or something with Roddy, that Kingdom, that whole angle, that to me what works the most. Granted, that's where you get murky, because if Adam Cole is actually injured and everything, that's where that loses all steam. That's the gamble. Ziggler, Ali, I think it's not a bad shout.
Could you imagine?
It
Like
fits.
they do
It
an
fits
outsider.
with what they do. It fits with AEW.
Would that be more impactful than just like, um, oh shit, Ollie's here. It's Ollie.
Out of
Like
those two, who would be more impactful? I think Ali is better, like you said right there, of Ali's here versus Ziggler. If he shows up and he's the devil, I think that's the biggest outcome you could get out of that option.
Now that we're saying it out loud, I'm like, that would get a huge, like, I mean, I imagine it would be pretty substantial.
I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world.
Right? Just go back to the Dolph with no entrance music at all.
But that's the thing, is he's done the same shit that, he's managed to evolve that character and make it play wherever.
I mean, and again, we're talking a former WWE champion multiple times. And let's be honest, in 2023, guys, who would you rather see wrestle a match? Chris Jericho, Jeff Jarrett, or Dolph Ziggler?
I'd be fine with Dolph Ziggler, to keep it a buck.
Yeah, why would you not?
That's your early WWE tryout for all the people that think MJF's going to WWE. That's your early. They're treating him out before he even gets there.
There you go. Yeah, that's
he's a sleeper agent.
That's how you perk, like, if you're trying to give Vince McMahon's attention back in the day of like, he had a good match with Ziggler. Okay.
Right. Or even if they do it like Ziggler's, we're the WW something here to take over.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I thought. Like, could they try an outsider's angle of like, who we are, but you don't know why we're here.
Look at the adjective. Pickles.
What if it's Jay White and it's been a ruse? I don't like that.
Jay White's not the outsider. David Finlay to me's got an inside track a little bit, but that's still.
I gave up on that theory when I thought if we were gonna find out who the Masked Man was at Wrestle Dream, it could have a New Japan tie, but I was wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
No. I'm gonna take a pause. I'll be right back.
All right, bro. Nick's gonna go stretch his legs out, folks. We're going through a commercial, he's going through a commercial. I still got Dalton Castle and Nick Wayne rolling 2-2 in the Leaf game, if anybody cares. But we are rolling along here tonight. I got Nick Wayne for the W here. Dalton Castle's gonna do a job to the youngster. Poor guy. The double is Captain Lou Albano. Let's go. One of the best managers ever, and I think sometimes he gets left out of the conversation of how impactful he was as a manager. We couldn't go for a split personality like Fight Club, MJF, and the Devil. Dale taking a swing. I don't know how I'd feel about it. I just feel like, in my personal opinion, and again, I could be swung around, but in my personal opinion, MJF has already kind of done that, right? Already kind of came back as the Devil, already kind of went this route. So for him to circle back and do it again, I mean, that whole, the whole catchphrase of, the greatest thing, the greatest trick the Devil ever played was can only be replayed. Sorry, I'm being distracted by the match right now, guys. Dalton Castle just chucked Nick Wayne across the ring. But yeah, the greatest trick the Devil ever played. Holy shit. I will get it out, I promise. Ever played. I'm distracted completely by this match. Nick Wayne with the roll up. But you get where I'm going with this, right? Is that he didn't exist at all. Thank you, finally. Trying to multitask is not working out so well for me. But that is exactly it. You can only play that trick so many times. Because now we know you exist. So if you keep going to the well, does it wear out? Holy shit, that was hard to say. Oh, Luchasaurus has got the boys. By the throat. Okay. KJ, it's MJF. Where do we go from there? I don't know, though. That's the tricky part with that, JV. That's why I don't love that as a booking. Because if it ends up being MJF, then what do? Now, do you have a babyface Cole kind of go after him? Are the Acclaimed mad at him? But how does that matter? Samoa Joe still kind of playing up a heel. So what do? Do you put him up against Wardlow and hope Wardlow is a strong enough babyface to keep the fans from cheering for MJF to win? I don't know if that works anymore. I really think you paint yourself in the corner if MJF is the double. I don't think it goes anywhere. I don't think you can build it up. I don't think. Oh, there you go. We got the 1, 2, 3. And thank you, Keyshawn. I appreciate somebody putting a laughing emoji in here. I'm dying. But yeah, I don't think that there's a lot of room. Where do you go? Who are the baby faces that are going to take on this double MJF? Where I think if it's Cole and Roddy and that, as much as that seems like an obvious answer, to me, that has a lot of runway. You're going to get heartbroken MJF, the first and only true friend he ever had, stabbed him in the back. Maybe that's grounds for MJF to stop doing kangaroo kicks and go back to edgier MJF, red in the face MJF, you effing Mark MJF. That is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping for if you get the turn of Adam Cole. If it turns out that the ankle is a ruse, because again, if anyone out there is seeing any type of confirmation that this truly went down, that Adam Cole truly got surgery, I would love to see it. I haven't seen any major place report Adam Cole had surgery today. And that always happens. So I'm still holding my money on Adam Cole. And like I said, I think it's got the most legs. Could it be some invasion angle? Yeah, but you better have a good plan. Because if the invasion comes in and they just get squashed, you're done. You're burying them before they get started. Wait, what was that? Anybody know what Adam Page just said to Swerve? Punk back in AEW, Justin. I wouldn't hold my breath. I still wouldn't hold my breath. Colon on running strong. What? Hangman sucks. MD. I think sucks is such a harsh word in Adam Page's direction. He doesn't suck. He just doesn't matter. Is that worse? There's just nothing he does that really makes you believe in him. From my standpoint, I know people like cowboy shit, and he used to get some chance, but he comes off so soft and so, if you want to be the cowboy, be a badass, have a chip on your shoulder, have some fucking balls. As I got the entrance for Rouge coming up next. But yeah, I mean, that's the issue, all that bullshit with Hangman hanging around with the Dark Order didn't help. His title run was lackluster. But he had a couple decent matches in there. Like, there is room for, Adam is the type of guy that I think if you put him in a developmental system, if he spent time with a coach or with a Shawn Michaels or you name the person, and they could spend time kind of honing the talent, the natural skills he has, and adding some charisma to it, it would work. But because we've heard him in the past, well, we don't really listen to the vets. We don't need to. Wrong. And again, can he do good moves? Yeah. But can he tell a good story? Not often. And Swerve is bringing the best out of Hangman. Yeah, I really do believe that Swerve's getting a good Hangman. That little promo there was pretty fired up. Again, you don't believe him. I feel he's like the guy that calls the cops when the fight breaks out. Does Hangman equal Drew? Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's a pretty. I see a really strong parallel there, Nick. I really do kind of like that connection. For the same reason, where Drew's talented. Drew's a big monster of a guy. There's no reason he can't be world champion, but he just doesn't stick. He doesn't get over the way he should. You're not really interested in what he's doing. You don't really care. I don't know why. I don't know why. Is it a lack of charisma? I think Drew's got a decent amount of charisma. I mean, he's pretty. I don't know. Is it a booking fault on both accounts? book him a little better, make him look a little stronger. I don't know. Oh, by the way, we got Roou Dralistico representing Los Ingobernables, and they are taking on the WorkHorsemen, which I still argue they should change their name. Slowly building was me trying to say the devil fucking catchphrase. Slowly building Hangman heel turn. Yeah, and you know what? We use the term slow build a lot. I mean, sometimes Chambers, I just want him to pull the trigger. Like if he's flat and he has nothing really interesting going on, then just pull the trigger. Have him jump somebody that people love and push him as a babyface. See if he or push him as a true heel, but not a heel because he's mad at everyone's favorite wrestler because they're not friends anymore. A legitimate heel who just wants to win at all costs. That he doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He'll step on anybody's feelings. He'll crush anybody's heart. He doesn't care. He's just, that's cowboy shit. I show up, I quick draw, I win, and I go home. I want Britt Baker to be the devil, and last victim is Adam Cole. Britt Baker beats Adam Cole, and he's in. I want Roddy to get beat up. Like we come to the back, and he's just laying like a turtle in the wheelchair, screaming out Adam. But so how do you sell that? What would be the angle then, guys? And I'll put this out to the chat. What would you do if it's Britt Baker? Is it Britt and Adam shocked? And Britt did it because Adam didn't have the balls to do it. So she intervened. And then over time, he kind of sides with his, he chooses his girlfriend over his best friend. And that's how we get the heel Adam turn. Or is it Britt did it under the, Cole got hurt, but, he knew what Britt was up to. How does it work? Right. And if Adam Cole is the last victim of the masked person, then how do you sell it? Like, how does that work? Is it a ruse that he got jumped, or is she just legitimately like, yeah, I know people know that we're dating, but we're going to sell it on we're having issues. I went crazy and I sided with Roddy. What's the pitch there? It's a tough one. Roosh. Yeah, I got picture in picture right now. Selling us on Dynamite. Dun, dun, dun. I low-key hate the whole trading chops thing. I don't like, again, I think it falls in that category of we see it so goddamn much. I love a Canadian destroyer. Christ. Speaking of a Canadian destroyer.
I was going to say, speaking of seeing too goddamn much.
That was good. But yeah, no, I mean the super kicks, the chops, the four. I hate the fucking four. I think the forearm exchanges are one of the worst things in wrestling. I think those bullshit forearms are horrible. They don't look good. They don't look painful.
I don't mind them. I think they're overused. That's the thing. I don't even think
aesthetically. Like if you throw.
If you've been at any sort of bar around closing time and everything, somebody's actually throwing some shit like that, and because that's all they can muster, and you get the wobbly legs and everything. But when you see it every goddamn match, to me, what I can't stand is I'll say this, and I know my favorite wrestler, Eddie Kingston, does it, but the rapid chop to the chest. That's fucking stupid. Like nobody does that.
Yeah, but see, and here's my thought. If Eddie was the only one that did that at all, like everyone else in the dressing room's told, Eddie is the only person that does this kind of spot. And, it's like the Austin stomps. They look like shit, but man,
that goes back to the whole thing, like I was even just saying, is one of those of you'll see this same spot fucking 4 times tonight.
Yeah.
Versus it's the one time you'll see it. Like it's even... Mm-hmm. You get a Ricochet match or whatever, and they're going to do the springboard handspring off the ropes and into a cutter and this, that, and that. But that's the only time you will see that anything like that tonight.
Yeah.
It comes down to agenting and developing and what program you want to present.
Yeah.
If you just let them do whatever they want, they're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah, and that's part of the issue. I mean, we talk a lot about the fact that again, there's a positive to having, the wrestlers be a part of their creative process. but there's a detriment when it's not controlled. And again, you got to worry about the show as a whole, not just as one match at a time.
Every athlete thinks they should get the ball.
Yeah, amen. Right?
That break it down simplest terms of every athlete thinks they should get the ball.
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's it. And then again, a lot of people have different ideas of how things should go or what makes things funny or
I will give you credit. That was fucking clean.
Roosh is excellent.
Imagine though, you got Roosh, Andrade, Escobar versus Carlito, Ray, and who gives a fucko.
Oh, I mean, I like the Willow, so I mean, I'm kind of interested in how this.
Yeah, but they're a tag team, so it'd be 4-on-3. But even then, still, I take the Los Ingobernables.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you pronounced it right.
Does Carlito turn on Ray and go with the rest of them, or does you end up with this kind of the Carlito run like we're getting? I'm confused by like they haven't even taken time to really give him a fucking. A Titantron of any sensibility. It's just his name.
He's there to move the story along because Ray will never fucking do it.
Oh, yeah.
Why is Dralistico looking out here like he's fucking Jeff Hardy with a fucking mask on? A fishnet top for no fucking reason. Oh, step up Enziguri from the WorkHorsemen.
Protect your moves. JV, I mean, I think it's something, and again, where we were talking about those chop exchanges, the forearm exchanges, when nobody's selling anything, it doesn't help the match. It doesn't help anybody.
You can tell, and I'm not trying to act like, oh, I've been fucking backstage here or there or anything, but you can tell no one in creative, no agent, anything is fucking talking from one match to the next or anything.
No,
every match is agented, is booked independently. There's no communication because there's nothing to where, oh, we're not going to do that spot here because in 2 matches down the road, they're going to do that spot and it's going to be a much bigger thing.
Yeah. And I mean, the argument is if that's what the argument is, like they're like Tony gets everybody's idea down on paper and he's looking at it going, okay, this is what's happening tonight. Seems okay to me. Like maybe he doesn't care that there's 3 table spots and 6 people bleeding and this Wednesday was 3 submission matches in a row. Like, I mean, that's where you get, you need the filter. You need somebody to, filter the soup, right?
Absolutely. And by the no, I don't need a fishnet shirt. Trust me, I'm Big Nick for a reason. It'll look like a fucking fishing boat off the coast of Seattle or something right there. Free Willy.
Free Willy.
Selling is a lost art nowadays.
LGI with the W.
Fair enough. But to me, it's not even selling. It's ring psychology.
Ring psychology is
dead.
Yes.
You don't. No, there's certain people that are stoking the flames on that. But that's the thing. Like, it's an MJF. It's Phillip Brooks. It's Roman Reigns. It's an LA Knight. It's shit like that. Cody Rhodes.
Nick, one of the most talked about and arguably one of the best, if not the best match in AEW history. One of the best is Cody versus Dustin.
Right.
And again, we remember that one so vividly and fondly because of the story those two guys told. Right? MJF and Punk, great story, great match. That's what you need.
Right. Sorry, I have a House of Black promo right now, so I don't want to fully interrupt it. But this again, I'll go back to agreeing with fucking Disco, even though I made fun of him. Disco Stew, as KJ takes a pause. So here, I guess I'll say this into the void here. But the story and everything is what sells you on a match. No 5-star match was built just on what was in ring. Everything, the build up to it is what got you to it feeling like a 5-star match. As much like KJ, the House of Black has now faded to black on my screen as I'm getting a commercial break advertising Wednesday night as Justin, what up? They're trying hard to be like New Japan. I don't even think they're trying to be like New Japan. I think there is no clear directive of it's everything changes from day to day, from hour to hour, from moment to moment, a bit like that. You don't hear stories about scripts being torn up because or anything like that, which I mean, I hate that whole fucking idea. But even formats or anything, but that's because there is no format. You can't tear up something that isn't there. Julia should be champion. So she goes over Stat or she goes over Cheetah? I don't know. I think she's over. I think she works great. And that's the thing is any sort of division works great when you can have people that are over that don't need to be going for the title, that aren't involved with that. And that's what made Bray Wyatt special. He never needed to be going for a title. Arguably, him going for a title was one of the worst things that curtailed his career. If he never went for a title, be great. Think about how many titles Taker won or anything like that. None of them seem relevant. None of them fucking matter. You don't think about any of them anytime because that character transcended the fucking title. Like, did they drop back into darkness? I do. I like it. I just don't need 17 segments of the House of Black, which thankfully so far we haven't gotten, as we're tiptoeing ever so close to the first hour through Collision. Here are my predictions on the heel turn on Santos Escobar. He's going to say to Rey Mysterio, I was never your friend because you're an embarrassment. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I saw people already saying, doing the whole, I loved you. You were my hero. And then you failed me. Doing the whole, you were the chosen one. Ring psychology, God, I'm assuming he meant died. But yeah, it's been an afterthought for the longest time of even if you don't have a promo, you don't have a video package, anything like that to sell this match on, you can sell the match on what you do in ring. And that's what matters. And that's what will make a difference. Razor Ramon never won a world title. He didn't need it. Interesting, and actually facts too as well. 100% of, and nobody looks at Scott Hall as Razor as anything different. Well, yeah, he never won a world title. He did win the IC title, so I mean, there is that. But I've got Willow the Pillow and Chris Statlander. Both just, how you doing? Getting interviewed backstage. That's a hard cut from commercial to Stat and Willow here. Now, does anyone think that Sky Blue is still going to end up turning heel? Because I think that's where we're going here. They very much have teased that she's still a babyface of, she blue misted Julia in the face and everything. But I still think maybe deep down in her Scoobiest of do's, she ends up being a heel. Interesting promo there. As Stat just took the 95% of that. Willow is beyond fine. Yeah, she's thicker than the Snickers, my guy. As I'm getting Roddy coming out right now in the wheelchair, everything. Like, this man's even getting the fucking mustache. Like, tell me though, honestly, that this isn't like Impact, TNA, Global Force Wrestling, whichever name it was. Like, this is that same type of thing. There is no, oh well, you just really have to get it. Like, no, this is just basic bullshit. Like, he's got I believe in you, and he can come out there and go and wrestle a whole match and everything. Like, that's the problem at times with AEW is it's stick to be stick. And respectfully, I know people say WWE does stick, but it's never stick to be stick. It's never so on the nose that it like is blunt in your face. I like my ladies thick, Dave. Fair enough. I agree. C. Roderick Strong for the win. Yes, I think 100%. Give us your predictions if you got any for this match, whether you're taking Dante Martin or Roderick Strong right now here. And again, I still, like I said, it's one of those, like, is he fastest out here of the man comes out in a neck brace in a wheelchair, but can just hulk up and have a full on, top tier wrestling match and then just go back to neck brace and wheelchair. I'm so inspired by Roderick Strong's fighting neck problem. Fair enough. I'm sure there's a lot of ladies in the evening who are also inspired by his combating neck problems. As rollover headlock from Roderick Strong. He's got the man's got the Aaron Rodgers mustache right now, rocking too. Roderick Strong for the win. Adam! Well, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. You use that Adam strength. You feel inspired by Roderick Strong. You get up out of that chair and you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You tell everybody. You're doing your friends a disservice. You're being a bad friend by not telling them about us. And we also got the merch store, the TikToks, everything like that. We got the merch store for, the holidays are coming up on you. And, if you need to, get some gifts out there for everybody and anybody, 100%. There's no better gift than giving them the gift of wrestling. Oh, where did Maven get brought up in here? Maven's had a way better career as a YouTuber than he has as a pro wrestler, just saying. Victor, what up? David, imagine how much stronger the lineage for the WWE title would have been with Razor. All right, my guy, calm down. Rod is giving his neck a real working. Pause. Yes. KJ, that's not what I just need to do the whole entire time while he's on a pause and just yell, KJ. 15 matches at Full Gear. Let's go 6 p.m. until 3 a.m. Don't you put that evil on me, Paul. Don't you do that. Right now, we're at a respectful 8 matches, and I'm fine with that. And at least they moved it to a fucking Saturday. I'll give you 10 matches with 2 of those on being on the pre-show. If you're going to do it on a Saturday, I'll give you that. You've at least dialed it back a bit. But we don't need no 14, 15. We don't need a week's worth of television on one pay-per-view here. I swear I haven't seen the Kingdom wrestle the match over 2 minutes. Fair enough. Choppy. About Sky Blue, if she's a heel, she needs a new finisher because the Sunset Flip finisher not working out. I mean, Cole has the Panama Sunrise, so it's not too far off. Tony Schiavone is so no. Oh, god awful. All right. Okay. You had me there for a second. I was about to just be like, if you think this man is good, I question your ears, respectfully. I was up for 15 matches, getting my $50 worth. Yeah, but that's the thing is, would you rather have 15 so-so matches or like 8 really great matches? Which makes you feel like you got your $50 worth? That's my question. I'd rather have 8 so-so or 8 really good matches, not 15 so-so matches. Sorry, I got my words crossed up. I'd rather have a smaller card with great matches than a longer card with matches. It's like buying a fucking UFC pay-per-view at this point, which that's like $80-$90 of I'd rather have, a card full of great fights than a card full of decisions and no contest and all that. Sky Blue use the mist more often. I think you just want her to use the mist on you. Pause. That sounds so complicated of a crazy idea. What? Sky Blue is going to turn into cloudy sky and the thunder roll. And the lightning strike. Dun, dun, dun. Britt being the devil mask. Yeah, that's not going to happen. She's even publicly said that. And now everybody's like, oh, well, she denied it. So that means it might be her. No. They're denying it because they don't even know. As Dante right now in control as he gets whipped into the turnbuckle.
It's gonna be Britt.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be Britt.
Leave Brittany alone.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Britt, dude.
No. Just no. I'm Tracy Morgan. No. Hell no.
I got a weird feeling, man.
Oh, well, maybe you need to work that feeling out when we're not live on stream here.
I'm thinking, right? But I don't know. It could be Britt.
And it could be the fucking Pope of fucking France. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, no.
And there goes the neck guard. Back on the neck. And still, your neck breaker champion.
And now, I know I mentioned this word in a pause. Is this too much camp to be camp? Like, is this too much of he's damn near fastest with a neck brace?
The vignettes are a little too much for me. I think the screen
Adam people are saying I should just yell KJ.
There you go, do it. The wheelchair, I don't mind it. It gives me those old Bobby Heenan vibes of like we knew, Bobby would take his off.
The
weasel, right? Like, I mean, it's bullshit, but again, if Roddy's the only one kind of running up the cheating, goofy heel, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but he's not. You just got a low blow, and now you've got the Kingdom with a spike pile driver. Like, it's one thing for the commentator to do it and everything. Like, that's even halfway with the antic Kevin Owens did last night, and why we were halfway joking of like, really, you got suspended over that? But it's one thing to be the commentator that's out there with the antics of the neck brace and oh my god of
Solid.
Selling that versus
I don't mind it.
You're having regular matches like you just and just freak out and hulk up
because we all know he's full of shit.
But it's one of those. It's so blatant and it's so on the nose. Like don't explain shit to me like I'm fucking 5.
Yo, I got Tony Khan and Bryan Danielson, and Bryan Danielson's got full eye patch, bandage, head.
One day more, another day, another destiny.
He's not looking good, bro.
Bro, he looks like the fucking captive in a Pirates movie right now. Yeah, where the fuck is Copeland, by the way?
Dude, this is painful from Tony. He's struggling. Dude, I just struggled saying the whole devil thing. I struggled really hard getting it out. I feel like Tony Khan right now. The greatest pro wrestling show I've ever seen. Oh, they're talking about, like, come on.
Do you need the cripple here? Like, why do we have Danielson out here looking like fucking Patchy the Pirate? Like, what are we doing?
Always Tony and a friend. You ever notice that? It's always Tony and somebody.
Well, it's a bumper, and I mean, granted, we were always, got the tag team and everything like that, but we still pause for the cause and everything. And I don't want to fully not, because I'd probably be awkward as shit of having to announce, like, my company just, sold out arena here and everything.
Here we go. Wait. Yeah. Ring of Honor TV title tournament.
Which is more relevant? The NBA mid-season tournament or this bullshit we're getting right now with AEW? Who gives a fuck?
My issue is we all knew it was going to happen, just like Keith Lee have it, man. I would have been happier with Keith Lee walking away with it.
But that's the thing is you book yourself in the shit for no reason. Like, why do a Continental Classic? Like, Tony Khan is Billy Corgan with hair. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, at least Tony has the sense to keep his recreational stuff to the backstage.
Which is worse, though? He does it backstage, but we all know about it, or you do it up front, so you just address that shit.
Right? Just fucking call it out. Let's go.
I saw people saying out there, and I can't confirm this, but the pay-per-view buys for NWA Sam Hain Solid were 212. And I was like,
200.
well, I know at least where one of those came from.
I almost feel bad that
I think we got more views than they got pay-per-view buys.
It's facts. Yeah.
Right, and that's a problem.
That's Corgan, a problem.
Despite my
there was more people watching us talk about Sam Hain than actually watching
the pay-per-view. That's they'd rather watch us talk about it than buy the fucking pay-per-view.
Right. What is this? Oh, Julia.
What is AEW for 1,000?
So good. She's got such a great entrance.
She's every goth. I don't want to say she's their Rhea Ripley, but I'm just saying how everybody's got that like goth chick that'll they'll let fuck up their lives.
But she's
that's Julia Hart. That's Julia Hart for a lot of people.
But she's like the converted cheerleader. Like she used to be the good chick. She still got blonde hair.
This is some midsummer shit. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. She's out there with the fucking dress and then like the crown of like roses and shit. Like I'm about to just get sacrificed here.
Right. Now I did see a question about somebody I wanted to bring up with you. There it is, Chris. This is the next one. Do you think Maria May, Tony Storm storyline will be like Mickie James and Trish? Did they not fumble the intro of Maria May a little bit?
I didn't even watch the intro. I just know a lot of people are kind of going, who?
Yeah, and it was really even RJ City, who introduced her, was like, who are you?
That's fucked to already do that as your intro and everything. Like, I get if you're gonna build these people up, and obviously you don't have the crop or whatever that you can pull from or whatever. You got to pull from indies versus, performance center shit. Yeah. But at the same time, like, let's not act like that. Because they signed Maria May, it's a fucking game changer.
They didn't sign like prime Trish Stratus. They didn't sign Sasha Banks. They didn't sign Charlotte Flair.
They signed someone who could be good. Let's see what the fuck she does there. Because trust me, they've had plenty of people that have come through those doors, and you thought they were going to be the next big thing, even there, and they have fucking just been fluttering.
Well, that's it, right? Like, I mean, again, and to me, it's about build. Like, you got this new talent. She's a big deal. If you're Tony Khan, you're very aware of her. You're happy that you signed her. Why not 2-3 weeks of a vignette? Like, almost not so much we see it a lot of times with NXT talent. Well, Dragon Lee, they signed Dragon Lee. We get these little video packages of why we should give a shit about this guy. And I think sometimes that lacks, she just walks up, and her whole thing is, oh, where's Tony Storm? I can't wait to meet Tony Storm.
The overarching issue with AEW is they suck at building anticipation for anything in wrestling unless you're a diehard wrestling fan. Like, they suck at drawing you in as a casual fan. Whether it be a big signing, whether it be a big match, anything. They suck at drawing you in unless you're already a wrestling fan. Yep. Like, it's one of those, unless you're already going to tune in, then they'll sell you even more and you get anticipated. They don't draw anybody that isn't already going to buy it.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the numbers reflect that, right? And I think the ticket sales reflect that at this point.
Right.
Nick, is it wrong? I want the double to be Jack Perry. Yes, it is very wrong. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was going to just stop that. Is it wrong? Yes. Whatever it is. Yes. You have to ask me for guidance. It's wrong. But I don't think it's terrible. I think it's within their realm of what they could do. Like, my whole thing with this devil thing is mitigating expectations. And that's been the problem of everything. You almost ran into it with the Bray Wyatt, the White Rabbit thing of when you expect too much and they don't deliver on what you imagined they were going to deliver on. No matter what they deliver, it's going to get a negative reaction because it didn't meet your expectations that you already built up.
Yeah. The good part of the mystery is you have a lot of people guessing a lot of different things. That's a positive. And we were happy about it when they did it.
Ooh, Sky Blue.
Oh my God.
She's the girl all the bad guys want.
My screen just froze on a kind of a variation of a tarantula.
The Tarantula. If anyone's watched
Not quite.
Roou Garda or OSW, a Tarantula.
It was more like
where they're having an illegal
hold-out show.
funeral for a large Amazonian arachnid, a Tarantula.
Oh. But yeah, I mean, so the thing with Jack Perry, I mean, dude, it would be
There
again.
were people saying, "Oh, did you see that? It's real glass."
Yeah, I mean, I think that's hilarious. Like, it was real glass, so it's Jack Perry. Here's the issue: if it's Jack Perry, will Jack Perry get it over? Probably not.
Yeah. What is the worst potential outcome of Who is the Devil? Everybody wants the best outcome. What's the worst one?
Well, Jack Perry might be the worst one, 'cause I think, right? I think, or TK would be. I don't think TK would be the worst one. I think TK would be hilarious, and I'm all for watching that train wreck. 100%.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Warm for a winner. Warm for a win.
Wendy
a skeleton.
Yeah.
Is that guy? I don't. JV, just keep your browser history to yourself. This side in Maria May. No, she's not an Instagram model. She's a Stardom wrestler. She might look like one. She's their Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, really?
It kind of fits. If the shoe fits,
wow,
might as well tap dance in that son bitch.
That you said that.
Well, I also said that I think that thing with Hangman is the same issue with Drew McIntyre. Yeah. Like, big fan of both.
Mm-hmm.
Drew more than Hangman, but it's so weird. I almost wonder if they just, and I'll say this as a fan looking on the outside, do they lack it?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I know it came up on your pause and you brought up the Drew comparable, and it's good. It's just, yeah, you just, for whatever reason, no matter what they do, you just don't care. And I don't know if it's just, like, I mean, you booked Drew with Seth and they gave us a great match, but there was just something about the rivalry between them leading in that you're like, eh.
Yeah, but would you have believed it more if, say, Drew came back and he just, like we talked about, he claimed more someone out the gate and everything. Yeah. It's a little bit of booking. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of promo. They're not. Like I said, it's that indescribable of you kind of just. I don't know if it's to say you don't have it because Drew Galloway was the hottest blue chip prospect to have after his WWE release, but now that he's there, it's like, well, maybe now we see why you were supposed to be here, but you're more here. Like, you were projected a first round draft pick, but you're maybe a third or fourth.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, Nick, the thing becomes, for me, both of them are very in the middle, right? Like Paige, if Paige was uber babyface or uber heel, Drew, if he was uber babyface or uber heel, like if you really push them to the highest degree of whatever they choose to be, then maybe you could get behind the direction they're going. But they're so in between all the time, especially Hangman of like, I'm the good guy, but no, now I'm kind of, I'm kind of going up against somebody who is a little more babyface, so I'm more of a heel. Like, just be you, but dig in, like really dig into who you are. Be the Hangman that you were in Ring of Honor when you were just taking people out, when you were picking apart people. Like, be that.
Their character is vanilla. There is no up or down. They are just indifferent.
Bland.
Fair enough. I like this. Nick, you must hate wrestling.
He does.
Yeah, that's why I'm on a channel that talks about wrestling, everything. I'm this passionate about it. I hate it.
Just insert women's in front of that word.
No. All right, we're gonna fight after this. Like, we're gonna throw hands, even virtually. I'm gonna throw hands with you. We're gonna run them pockets.
Nick loves all wrestling, except women.
Mother, you're painting me to be Jim Cornette, and I am the furthest thing from that.
I didn't say it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
AEW, home of the super kick and the tournaments. They should have a super kick tournament, like a karate kid style tournament. You got to land a super kick.
They hit that like heavy bag shit that tells you how fast you can punch and everything, or how hard you punch.
By the way, this match is going along, Julia. I mean, I like Julia Hart. Willow's not bad.
Oh, we're getting into sloppy territory. We're missing punches and kicks by miles here.
Big Nick, Taya Valkyrie would like to talk to you. She's in catering now.
That's fine. I'd like to talk to her too. I'll tell her my name is Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Italian.
Johnny's many aliases.
Johnny what?
What?
Johnny, you can have that.
Not even what I'm at.
Willow could be a star in NXT. She's great. Again, just push her hard as a babyface. I mean, she's uber babyface, so you can get behind that. And again, it's like the 50-50
Her and Wendy Chu as women's tag team title holders in NXT.
Well, should we ask Wendy's cousin?
Willow and the Pillow.
No, Willow and the Pillow. Willow and the Pillow.
You can have that.
Hip check, according to Tony Schiavone. Don't know if he's ever seen one of those.
This man does not watch hockey.
Give the belt to Aubrey. Let's go.
Bruh.
Karen versus Aubrey in a cage match. How do you feel about it?
I will not be here.
See, you hate women's wrestling. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I hate that women's wrestling.
No,
I hate that women's wrestling.
All of it.
I will do a counter stream of I will sage pro wrestling. I will play Jesus, whatever.
Pounce!
That is the that is a sacrilege upon pro wrestling. That is offensive to people who don't even like pro wrestling.
Man, the fact that I had to see that in 2023 and still be told by people that this company is completely on fire blows my mind.
They're competitive. Yeah.
Julia hiding behind King. Oh, that was slightly obvious that it was yeah. Well,
if you're gonna do that, I would have done that spot. You do that spot, and she missed her.
Yeah.
Or you do that, and that's the end.
Right.
She missed her. You roll her in. You hit her finish. 1, 2, 3.
What if the devil is Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, or Kyle O'Reilly? Two of them, I don't think so at all.
Ethan Page, I don't hate. Kyle O'Reilly, I also don't hate, but I think highly unlikely. I worry, respectfully, that we may have seen the last of Kyle O'Reilly in the ring, and I don't want to say that out loud too much. Scorpio Sky, no, just
no way. We got a 2. Sorry, we got a 2.
1, 2.
I think O'Reilly's a better soldier. I think he'd be in the mix. Scorpio Sky seems out of left field. Like, could it be like Dan Lambert and crew all over?
Kazarian? Could it be Kazarian instead of instead of getting suicide there from TNA? We already got that one.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm way behind. Yep, I got to scroll up.
Don't mind me for wanting a cake that has double layers.
Layer cake is delicious.
It has layers.
It has layers.
Julia Hart going up top. Speaking of layers.
If you can get 2 flavors of cake at the same time. I mean, oh, there it is.
Again, we're both hardcore pause on ice cream cake. We are very much ice cream cake fans. Pause.
Yeah.
That's the Canadian if you just like the ice cream cake.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Julia Hart with the moonsault for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's over. Julia Hart takes the W. Again, she looks good. And I mean, that was a decent match, guys. Yeah, look, great match. I'm with you, Justin. I know sometimes me and Justin don't agree, but
so at Full Gear, we're getting a TBS championship match between Stat, Julia Hart, and the winner between Sky Blue and Red Velvet.
How does Red Velvet get in this mix?
Because she's only half the batter.
We're just cake everywhere. Red Velvet.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I was literally, my brain's like, which cake pun do I use?
Flat end.
Seriously, you have a Sky Blue versus Red Velvet. Well, I see a bad moon rise.
This is a good answer. Worst devil is Satnam's. No, the Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone is the devil.
Luther.
I'd take Luther before I take Tony, I think.
No, because he'll just go, it's Sting.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Try to see him doing the reveal the Sting.
It's me.
The Yeti. He'll be able to redeem himself.
Oh, the devil is Danhausen.
He will, because he'll be able to go and say that'll put butts in seats. He'll literally be able to come full circle.
I think JV made 2 points in one sentence here. The devil is Danhausen Millhouse of AEW.
Yes.
Yes, and maybe. Danhausen as devil would be pretty not good. I know some people out there are like,
Danhausen is very much the Millhouse of AEW.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
I want to see fucking Danhausen wrestle. That's something I haven't seen in 5 years. I know he broke his leg and then he was out hurt again. I remember, like, I feel like it was like forever ago. Had to be now because Ring of Honor's gone, but it was like, was it the final Ring of Honor pay-per-view where Danhausen was in like a 8-man tag? That's a lot.
No, the last memory I have was Danhausen coming out looking like fucking Blade after he finally bit somebody and just tearing fucking shot through everybody and then just fucked off into the oblivion here.
That's the Danhausen we need. He'll come back.
Yeah, but he's Martin Van or
the devil.
What's Millhouse's dad's name that I can't forget that I can't remember right now? I sleep in a car bed. Well, I sleep in a big comfy bed with my wife.
Borrow a feeling. What's his name?
I don't like the idea of Danhausen having 2 spaghetti dinners in the same week.
Flat end. Julia wins. Yes, she did. I haven't been watching.
There is no way that you could say between Julia Hart and Willow that there is a flat end in any match with there. At least a round end. I'll give you that.
It was a flat finish. Flat finish. The curves were fun, but it was a flat finish.
Well, right.
Great TBS #1 contender match. It was a good match. It really was a good match, guys. I know we're taking the piss out of it a little, but I think the 2 ladies went in there with a plan, and it went to work.
Yeah, it's been good. It's odd enough that Collision's women division, if you want to call it that, has been better than Dynamite's women's division.
Collision gets better women's matches and more time for the women's matches.
Yes.
Accurate.
Facts.
I got the tag champs, Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
Bro, this man is just missing a fucking fanny pack of out here cosplaying as The Rock from like early 1990s. Fanny pack.
I'm pretty sure that's what he did for Halloween.
Whoa, he needs to stop wearing the fucking costume. Then Halloween's over, my guy.
Right. Who do you think Powerhouse Hobbs is facing unknown opponent? Who wrote the book?
I think that's the name of the opponent. Unknown.
Unknown.
TBD, literally as a wrestler.
Hobbs versus the Big Show.
No, it is going to be Hobbs versus the No Show versus local enhancement talent.
Well, it's the No Show.
No Show.
I like it. Karate Fighter tournament back in the World Wrestling Federation days. Ooh.
What is the Brawl for
Brawl
All?
for
Which
All.
was terrible.
That's
on
different
all
altogether.
fronts.
Did they have a karate tournament? I know the Brawl for All wasn't a it was
No,
a
well,
boxing.
that's the Brawl for All was a thing, but you also had like Steve Blackman, who
Yeah.
would have literally fucked people up, and they're like, you don't do this. Like you lose now and you move along.
Yeah. Speaking of a guy with no speaking of big Paul White. Your mic is
Now,
picking
what
up.
the fuck though? Because we had Kevin Owens on commentary on SmackDown, and now we've got Paul White. Like, if they were trying to hint at you being on commentary on one of these shows,
Right.
here, I don't know what's happening because you had your last name and your lookalike out here doing commentary.
Uncle Paul spelt it a little wrong, but I do have an Uncle Paul White.
Ho ho.
Facts. But yeah, there you go. Julia Hart getting the TBS title at Full Gear. I think so. I think if she wasn't getting married and taking a little bit of a sabbatical, Chambers, that she would have won it already. So yeah, I'm with you.
Powerhouse Hobbs out here looking like an evolved form of Big E.
Right. Now, my question to everybody is this: Statlander's title run. Did anybody notice it? Is anybody enjoying it? Does anyone think she's having a good title run? Or has it just been a little bit of swing and a miss?
It's been more relevant than the actual AEW women's title.
Okay. I'll accept that.
I think that's become the AEW women's title.
I think they should merge them. I've been saying this for a long time. They should merge them and it would make it more relevant. If it was Sheeta taking on Statlander, or if Statlander had the belt and it was Julia Hart versus Statlander for the AEW women's title, and that was the only title, it's a bigger deal.
Well, what do you have the other 5 women that you have signed to your roster compete for?
You got to work on having secondary storylines. You got to find a storyline like they're doing with Becky. Like,
well, they can do primary storylines. Fuck is you talking about secondary?
Well, that's well. You asked the question. I answered it.
All right? I know.
Like, that's the goal, right? Again, we get one women's match a week usually per show. Maybe have 2, and if the matches are like, get them to the point where the matches are entertaining, but give us 2 a week, maybe not 1.
Fair enough.
Everybody likes ice cream cake. Oh, it's over. Hobbs with the win.
Yeah. Her reign like a fart in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Statlander thumbs down her best title match against Britt. Statlander title run is a disaster. It was a transitional title run because Jade left. WWE is legit going to sign all the good people in AEW in due time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, officially. So what happens now, guys, is NXT signs with CW and becomes a third brand for WWE, like an established third brand, and AEW becomes developmental for WWE.
Facts. Think about it though.
Yeah.
If you were to try and do what WWE just did with NXT, with Rampage, with Collision, anything like that, with Ring of Honor, could you do that? Could you sell any one of those outside of their primary show with Dynamite as a third brand?
Mm-hmm.
Or a singular independent show?
Yep. No, you can't. You could, yes, but to the same scale, no, not in the same manner.
If they could, they would, because they're still mating on their own deal.
The funny story circling. By the way, Don Callis is in the ring with Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher at the moment. Remember, Big Show's still at commentary. They're in a street fight this week on Dynamite.
In a B-rated, Tubi fucking version of Die Hard is what I feel like I'm watching right now, or the Equalizer or something. But go ahead, sorry.
No, that's all. But yeah, I mean, I think the issue the story going around is, I guess Tony Khan was approached by CW a year ago, and at that time he was like, nope, he wasn't willing to. He wants to keep the shows kind of together, idea, blah, blah, blah. And now it'll be very interesting as their rights come up with TBS TNT.
Which is still up for contention as Callis right now, cutting a promo on Paul White, that young whippersnapper, that young upstart, Paul White.
Listen, listen. We all know who the Big Show is, and we all love him for various reasons. But on Wednesday when they reintroduced him, and it's like, oh, he's going to be the partner. I thought Paul looked like he had just got out of bed.
I told everybody that's like, are you not excited for this? I was like, he doesn't even look excited. What the fuck should I be excited?
But he did. He had the big bags under the eyes. He looked pale. Like, do you have the flu?
It reminds me of, if you go back, I can't remember what exactly. There was a period, it was towards the end of him being in WCW. It was when he was like with the NWO and everything. Yeah. Where he comes out and he's coming out to a match and he's finishing a butt and polishing off a beer. And literally like butts out his cigarette on the fucking ring steps.
Yeah.
And everything. Goes, has the squash match, pops back out after the match, relights the butt up, picks the fucking beer up, and just parades to the back. Yeah. This man is just collecting a fucking paycheck.
Yeah. Well, and he wasn't the only one. And there was a few people, including Nash, that did that as well. I'm just going to take my beer with me.
When you tear your quads whenever the wind turns a fucking different way.
Yeah, I guess so. But Callis is out at the table now, so we're getting heated tension.
Nah, tepid tension.
But going back to the whole developmental thing with
H2O, water. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Better than Captain Insano. It might have been a better pop if it was Captain Insano.
Comes out with the wig on.
Yeah, but yeah, if they did the. With 1 second.
Yeah.
Smoke this fool. They want Will to beat up Shivani or Paul? Beat up Shivani.
Please.
Oh! All right. Big Show just clears the table. Still a powerful man.
Well, man. No shit. Like, this is kind of still like Shaq. Like, I know you can't move, but
it's crazy though, because Hobbs looks like an absolute beast in AEW, and then you realize, like, yeah, the giant Big Show's the big fucking show,
but you shouldn't have the fucking your big prime star, your what could be your Goldberg jobbing and looking scared and looking tepid and running away from good old Colossus, moves at the pace of an iceberg, fucking Paul White.
No, I mean, again, I feel like there had to be someone else in this company that Jericho could have tapped. The Big Show, again, you just assume that Father Time is an equalizer.
Paul White is so big, the bags under his eyes are bigger than the fucking carry-on luggage that fucking Hobbs takes on a plane.
Right. I got FTR in the back, by the way, guys. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. He just looks weathered. I mean, in all due respect, he just looks like a dude that's been chilling. And he has been.
On the road again.
The Jobber Embassy.
Bro.
That makes a lot of sense. You come out here talking smack. Callis, then you know what? I'm with Pastor Jeff a little bit. He literally said, get him, or whatever. And then
Tiger.
Hobbs goes to get him, and Big Show stands up, and they were like, shit, we didn't know he was going to do that. Let's retreat.
We didn't know he could actually move.
Right? Monty Python kicks
in. The Iron Golem does move.
Run away.
Right. But that's the thing, is that's how you castrate your big, powerful guy who's supposed to be your heel. And imagine if if Heyman was out there and Brock Lesnar was picking shit with the Big Show, who at that point was 10, 20 years much more in his prime.
Yeah.
And got fucking scared or run off because he flipped he popped up out of the top of the announce table and shit like that.
Well, what I would have done in that situation, Nick, is pretty simple. Is Big Show stands up and Hobbs acts like, oh, you know what? Never mind. Throws a cheap shot, right? You use the fact that you got Kyle Fletcher with you and you work over the Big Show. You humanize him a little. But then on Wednesday, the Big Show shows up and says, listen, I was just doing a favor for my buddy, but now I'm pissed off. You're dead. And you build
That works if you didn't do the fucking heffalump spot the fucking week before and everything like that, to where he came out and everything. Like that works 100%. Yeah, so that's the thing is you're working towards building up stars of the past. This is
right.
WCW 100%.
Hi Bert. Got that one. What else we got going on in this chat, folks? Thank you for being here on a Saturday night. We got, I think, just about the main event. Not much else ready to go here tonight. Right. Actually, we might have one more match outside of the.
No, give this main event some time, because I bet you this has spillage, because this is almost theoretically your go home show for Collision going into Full Gear. I mean, granted, we're gonna have a Friday show.
We'll have a Friday show.
I know, but no one's gonna watch that. You're watching SmackDown.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch that. I still think that Tony should have went live head to head. If you were gonna go head to head with SmackDown,
bro, no, because all right, you went live with NXT and you still got your ass whooped. Like you can't sit there and take an ass whooping in an amateur boxing ring and then just be like, you know what, fuck it.
I want to see the world burn.
Like, no, you're just gonna get lit the fuck up. Imagine if Hunter knew that AEW is gonna go live head to head with SmackDown. When I got Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, and I ain't even adding people. I got rounds in the fucking chamber. I am gonna put you out of your misery, Tony.
Right? Who is your pick? Sting, Darby, Allin, Adam versus Lance Archer. Well, I mean, here's a question, Nick. They put together Jake the Snake with Archer and the Righteous, which I love. I like it. Sounds good, looks good, and fits. And they're going to do a job tonight.
Yep.
They're here. Oh.
Well, is it because of the rules of wrestling of the babyface team goes over before they probably, like, this is going to tell you who wins next week? Mm-hmm. Because if the babyface team goes over, they're losing next week. If the heel team goes over, babyface team is losing.
I think that applies when it's I think that more applies when the people involved in the pay-per-view are all together. Having a random team to face you.
No, because you'll have Christian, you'll have Luchasaurus,
and they end up losing.
Cause the distraction to cost them the match. If that happens and babyface lose tonight, babyface is winning at the pay-per-view.
I would be shocked if Sting and Edge lose tonight. And I'm still kind of hard-pressed to think they're going to lose on the weekend. Sting's on his farewell tour. Edge just got there. Are we already losing any of the buzz and excitement about Edge?
Did we have it?
Well, I think some people, like within AEW, was like, "Oh my God, it's Edge!"
Yeah, but was that gone within a week or two? Like, have we already lost it though? That's the thing.
I'm curious. Yeah, you might not be wrong.
We might not even have it before we get here. Like, dude, think about it. Adam Copeland's in the main event of Collision, and he's an afterthought. He's an afterthought.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah, like, there's more focus right now in AEW on Jake Roberts and Lance Archer with the Righteous than there is in Adam Copeland.
Yeah. Well, you assume you sign this big Hall of Fame superstar. Mm-hmm. You bring him in, you make a big deal about his debut. Mm-hmm. You have about 4.5 weeks, maybe 5, to build towards one of your 4 big shows of the year. And you have a chance to put this guy on the marquee. Edge, Adam Copeland versus somebody. You pick who, most likely Christian, at your big pay-per-view. And instead it's a 6-man tag where he's in the shadow of a retiring Sting.
Even Darby, like the guy that should have been your big babyface, your Austin to MJF's Rock type situation. And now you slid him back to he's in the shadow of a retiring Sting. You like the best you can hope for right now with Darby is he's the one that retires Sting, because where else do you go? Like there's nothing else that is built up right now for Darby.
You think you know me? Sorry.
On this day.
Archer's a joke. No, but I agree with you. And I mean, ultimately, I mean, do we get Edge versus Christian at World's End then if we don't get it at Full Gear?
Yes. Well, do they count the multi-man tag matches, them going at it and everything? Because you're going to have that moment to where they sit there and they are polar opposites outside of from post to post and look at each other. And you can hear the Creed just play subtly in the background of "Hello, my friend, we'll meet again."
But that's what I mean. Like, should they not be building that type of like a rivalry coming? Like, it should be so hyper focused on these two guys that have known each other their whole lives. They should be so hyper focused on each other that all this other side noise is unnecessary because that's your money story.
See, you said a lot of words right there that describe Tony Khan with like hyper focus, unnecessary, and everything. But the one that you said that doesn't apply to him is build. He doesn't build to fucking anything.
Right? Mm-hmm. Well, we talked earlier about Dustin and Cody, where they gave us vignettes and they talked about like the rivalry between the brothers.
Because that was Cody pulling that.
Exactly.
That's been gone since Cody left.
Yeah, follow that format, right? That's been gone since Cody left. You're not wrong. But that's the recipe. You just follow that. Give us that build. And it's something wonderful that pays off in a big way.
But they can't. But I've got Dutch right now with Adam Copeland in the ring. Is it so interesting that half this match is people have been rumored, speculated, thought about, been involved with Bray Wyatt? We're essentially watching the Wyatt 6 versus Sting and Darby here.
Wait, listen, truthfully, there was once upon a time where people thought he was going to AEW and thought it would be Sting versus Bray. So
though, I get Darby. How weird is it though that Darby's gonna have like half a shoulder pad on here to compete in this match? Like he's fucking Mad Max from Fury Road out here.
Well, and didn't he hurt his shoulder jumping over shit?
Yes, but see, that's the thing is you don't have anyone else that can compete or do anything. So guess what? You better trot your ass back out there.
Would you not like to tell your talent, 2 weeks before a major pay-per-view, stop jumping shit?
Yeah.
Like an NFL team. Like you don't ride motorcycles during the season. That kind of shit.
Facts.
Right?
But that's the thing is there is no law and order here.
What?
There is no law and order here. There is no rules.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just being picky, but Darby blows his shoulder out, can't compete at Full Gear. You got to augment your show.
Hey, if we're being picky, then fucking Aubrey is not reffing fucking 95% of these matches tonight.
She's the best.
She's the fucking Mario Yamasaki of professional wrestling referees here. Of just ain't do shit, but just try and get in the way.
Well, big pop for Sting as Tony sells it. Aubrey runs Instagram posing class on her spare time, so that's
Don Stevens out there just
Don Stevens.
You gotta sell them the move better than the wrestlers even sold it.
Right? Somebody just said Don Stevens in the chat. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, 100%.
Tony doesn't deal with the normal rules of wrestling. Sting is his favorite restaurant.
Or any
going to win. Wait, Sting is his favorite restaurant. He's going to win. Help me understand. Okay.
I was trying to make it work with every breath you take. Yeah. And I was like, I can't quite connect the dots there. So I'm no.
But the wrestlers are having fun. Now listen, the wrestlers should have fun. And I mean, guys, they're getting paid. Some of them are getting paid money that they've never seen before, more than the other company was willing to give them, and they don't work that much.
Can I say a thing?
Always.
You know what's great, though, when we watch wrestlers having fun is when we watch a show like GCW or anything like that. Guess what? They're not on national fucking TV or anything like that. Like Wrestling Evolved, we're going to be here next week, where Ronda Rousey's making her debut, independent debut, by the way. And we've even got like Masha versus Jacob Fatu and everything. That's when wrestlers are having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that guys in WWE don't have fun, but you should also focus on some sort of a fucking storyline and a product when you're on their weekly television, instead of just, like everybody said, and you try and avoid and try and run away from that comparable. This is a super indie.
Right.
This is what NXT was under Hunter that everybody thought it was.
But you know what's crazy? Yeah, but you know what I find very crazy? If we roll back the tape and go back to like the even the later years of Ring of Honor, the way the show was structured, the angles, it was more compelling and more interesting than some of the what we're getting now. Like, I would seek out Ring of Honor because I was really into the weekly show.
You don't even need to go to that far of. You can go and just rewind back some of our tapes and everything to where we were doing weekly ranking shows of what was the best show in pro wrestling. And 9 times out of 10, it was Dynamite. If not one, it was number 2. And at this point, you'd be hard pressed to put them on the list. Like, now it's NXT's running away with it, with SmackDown battling it out for 1 or 2. Dynamite, anything AEW at this point, like outside of a match or 2, is unwatchable.
A lot of it. And I mean, you know what? And I'll give credit where it was due. I thought overall this week in wrestling was a pretty solid week. I thought Raw, we gave good marks. NXT's consistently good. I thought Dynamite was better than it has been for a few weeks.
Fair enough.
And so I think we got lucky with, kind of an uptick. I thought SmackDown was really good. A lot of fans gave it good marks. So, I mean, and Collision's been decent. So I thought we had a decent week.
Hasn't been a bad week, but it's one of those of to act like AEW's miles ahead of anybody. Right. No, you're just lapped and you don't realize it.
Yeah. Montreal wins in overtime over Boston. Big W. Vincent, another underused talent. The Righteous are excellent, and I'm really sad that they didn't find their way to the WWE. They were on the doorstep, but they moseyed on out.
But is it? I don't want to keep bringing up the man's name, but is it the Bray Wyatt thing that maybe caused that?
Yeah, no.
I hope if they do what they've talked about with 2K24 of it being kind of more of a Wyatt tribute, even just in the story mode, the career mode, whatever the fuck, that we get played out to an extent of what could have happened, what they had planned to have happen with Wyatt.
Yeah, and again, I think internally when you find out, he's not well, and remember we were, people were writing and speculating that Bray was, had walked out, right? He was angry at creative. But when you find out the true story, and then the company internally goes, well, we're not going to be able to do his storyline. Like, we got to change things up. And you do have, unfortunately, we had Eric Young involved. Rumors had it that maybe the Kingdom were somehow involved.
You had Vincent and Dutch who were technically signed.
Yeah, they were spotted at NXT.
Right.
So, it's unfortunate. I'm such a big fan of Vincent and Dutch. But yeah, they could be used more. But I'll ask this to everybody, and I know there's guys like Justin, pitcher in pitcher. Justin's a huge AEW fan. You have to admit that the AEW tag team division is non-existent.
Yeah, well, we made the case last year. I think they actually even ended up winning our Golden KJ there for tag team of the year with FTR. I wouldn't even say they're in the running this year. The only nominee I could think of with anything involving the FTR is match of the year. That's because of their match with Bullet Club Gold, which was a fantastic match. But outside of that, the fuck have they done?
Yeah, again, their big moments are few and far between.
You name me a big tag team right now in AEW. And if you say Cole and MJF, fuck off. Like,
I think if I was in a room with TK and I begged him really hard enough, I could be all elite.
If you buy knee pads, probably.
Oh, I knew. I tried to
Get on your
avoid it.
knees and smile like a donut.
What up, Derek? Claudio Castagnoli for Continental Classic. There you go.
Is that because just of alliteration? I think so.
Oh, staying with a sloppy-ish clothesline on Archer.
No, that was a stiff ass clothesline. That was just fuck you.
Fall
I'm
down.
gonna hit you for real.
What's up, Kevin? How you doing? How you doing? Hell, even Impact was good. Oh, there you go. Impact was good too.
Impact's been good.
JVO is my leaf, so thank you for helping him out a little bit tonight. But what can we do? Will versus Alexander is going to be a fucking banger. Bruh.
When did we turn into Conor McGregor there? Who the fuck is that guy?
Right?
You'll do fucking nothing. You'll do nothing.
Oh, wow. Anyone else feel like we're getting a little bit of a clunky situation? Anybody take a vote?
What? Who?
If you're in the chat right now and you're watching Collision, do you feel like it's a little bit clunky?
Yeah.
It's all right. Just a few clunky moments. That's all. That clothesline looks stiff as shit from Dutch to Darby. As I go back into picture-in-picture, folks.
Yeah. Okay. Did I get ahead of you?
I don't know. I'm in picture-in-picture.
I just got in a picture-in-picture. Like I had the clothesline, and then they got all just looked at each other, and that's where I'm like, when's the baby? Like, fucking run in, jump somebody, act aggressive, dude. Throw hands. What are we doing here?
You have to expect one of them to be like, line.
Right. Line.
It's Sunday. What's Sunday?
Sunday.
To me, Ricky and Willie. Oh, tag team. Well, they're new. They're new.
Well, I was about to say, well, keep your Willie, I guess, inside your Ricky. I don't know.
Continental Classic would be perfect for Osprey. Fair shout. I could see
why. Would be great too for a Will Ospreay, NXT Europe.
Yeah.
Where they build a whole fucking brand around this guy, much like they did with CM Punk.
Yeah, no shit. So what about the reports for everybody who's still hanging out with us? Randy Orton will be revealed as part of War Games prior to Survivor Series.
No. I think you'll get. Well, I've seen at least the talks of how we've heard about how Drew's going to be the added heel member, and Randy's going to be the added babyface member. I think you go into it, and especially if you're going to circumvent everybody expecting CM Punk to be there. If you don't have that in the bag, or even if you do, it's a way to circumvent expectations. We've got babyface TBD. Granted, you run the gamble. Some people think it might be Punk. Then if you run TBD going into it. But if you go out and the extra member is, I hear voices in my head.
Yeah, I think he withstands that. Like he kind of Randy Orton will feel the same
on that.
He won't feel the same sting as someone else will. No pun intended for the guy on TV, but he will absorb and turn that into a pop quick.
I can see you coming in the air tonight. Oh, that was Phil Collins. Fuck. I was trying to reference Sting.
I like the song, so I'll take it.
I fucked up.
As we come back out of picture-in-picture, folks, the heels are still in control right now as Lance Archer just launches Darby. It's rude.
Whoa. Threw this man halfway across the ring here.
Victor Nash, to be honest with you, I can't remember when Callis said what day the match was.
One day more.
Yeah, right. Larry's in the house.
It's me. It's DDP.
We just had a commercial. I had picture-in-picture.
Who better than Canyon?
KJ Nick, are you watching DDT Ultimate Party New Japan Pro Wrestling tomorrow? No, definitely not. We will be here for the Dirt Sheet debates, however.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And Nick and I are going to go through some of the news and notes.
Skip.
Might even debate women's wrestling for a little bit tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
Bro, we're going to throw hands if you keep
I'm just saying we might.
Shit.
Why? I didn't say nothing. I said we might talk about it.
Yeah, right. And you keep portraying me a certain way.
And we might.
I'm going to throw them hands. Like, I'm going to do that, Skip Bayless, if I'm going to take my glasses off. And if you tell me to put my glasses back on, we're going to be out here. Skip.
Fight, KJ, fight. That's all I know. Oh, double clothesline. Big pop for Edge, though. Adam Copeland.
I got the double clothesline. Flapjack.
Bye-bye, Dutch.
Why does Dutch look like he should be played by John Goodman?
He is John Goodman's kid.
He is John Goodman as a professional wrestler.
He is John Goodman. And Tope from Edge. Let's go. This is the loudest the crowd's been all night. So
and
good on
you
Edge.
would hope so. It's your fucking main event.
And he's,
I mean, respect to Jake the Snake out here with the snakeskin tracksuit top, by the way. I just realized that.
I didn't know Adidas did fucking
Adidas, yeah, Adidas. You know, I'm a snake.
Darby up top, coffin drop on Archer.
I need that though.
Oh shit, deep six.
Oh, that was like, fucking brutal.
Okay,
that's a black hole slam. Fuck your deep six. That's a black hole slam.
Fair
that's
enough.
Abyss right there.
I'll give you that. Fair enough. But again, like Sting was just standing there. When I say this match has been a touch clunky, it like that was that moment. Like Dutch hits the move, and Sting's just standing there, like, "Hey man, can you turn around so I can hit you?"
Right? He's like having like. You were going to do the Scorpion Death Drop now. Like,
just a little clunky.
I'm going to force you to do your shit.
It's like Sting and like they don't quite have the chemistry you hope, right? Stinger splash, spear. Now that's nice. A stinger splash into a spear.
Oh, yeah, but that's the thing is babyface goes over strong. Babyface loses at pay-per-view. He who sets it up must go through it.
They lose at the paper, but again, it's so funny because you have Sting on his farewell tour. You just got Adam Copeland back. If they lose on the weekend, to me, it's not the best of booking decisions.
You lose to set up the singles match.
Yeah, but what does that do?
He goes over. Why do I give a fuck about the singles match? You lost in a multi-man match.
I still think you would pull it out as far as Christian being pissed off and da da da. I just have my issue is Sting losing on as we go here. What is the point of Sting losing this match?
I guess what makes this match interesting and makes this probably one of the most compelling matches outside of the world title match on Full Gear. You don't know which way they're going to go because if they go babyface, then it fits. You got everybody retiring. If they go heel, you fit for. We're taking a lot of time here.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, we're in the run over here. So anyone's DVR has shut off now.
Christian
DVR has no idea what's happening right now.
There we go. Now I think we're just going to end here with Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne on the stage.
This man got a velour fucking suit. This man's got Hugh Hefner's fucking robe as a suit jacket.
Right. KO joins Team Sammy and Drew joins Team JD. I could see Drew doing it. I don't know about KO. We just purposely moved him out of that position. So I don't know if they'd put him back in it right now. But rumors Becky might be the fourth.
Sorry, I was trying to have a snack, but yes.
No, you had a good time.
Rumor is that Becky's going to be the fourth woman.
That is rumor.
The match that you think I hate.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to help. But yeah, no, I think I don't know. I don't know why they would go the Becky route. I'm curious if they will. But
because it's the tie to Bianca and because who else the fuck do they have?
You mean they couldn't find somebody other than Becky? They got lots of people.
Name me one.
On SmackDown, I mean, I still like the idea if they could get their hands on Saray, or I would go Xia Li.
So your first option, I said,
yes,
name me
if they
one.
could pull it off, I would do it.
Is
yes.
sign somebody else.
If you want me to go,
your first option is sign somebody else.
If you could, yes. But if you
right, so that tells me though, that's the thing is literally, if I'm saying name me somebody else that they could add,
you could go Xia Li.
You already sign somebody that they don't have on the roster.
Well,
that tells you the depth.
Well, you already got Shotzi getting involved. Becky's not a bad show. Xia Li would be an option for me.
Not a bad, first ballot Hall of Famer is not a bad shout. The only one that's tied to Bianca as a friend or anything.
I have no problem with it, actually. I have no problem with it at all. I think you would just the only issue would be pulling her over to SmackDown, but they'll find their way to do it.
Women's War Games, where the battle lines don't matter.
The battle lines definitely matter. They built this up.
Right, but well, if you want to keep it SmackDown. So who would you bring on?
I think I would bring in so you got Tegan on Raw now as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They moved a lot of ladies over to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, even Xia Li's technically
NXT.
Well, she's technically Raw more than NXT. Yeah, all right. It's gonna be Becky.
If we're gonna do this match, it's gonna be Becky.
Yeah, I mean,
what else is she gonna do? She's gonna miss the pay-per-view?
No, she hasn't been. Was she on the last pay-per-view?
No, but she was on Halloween Havoc and built that whole fucking card around her.
The one, yeah, they gave her night one. I agree with that. But I think it's interesting. But yeah, I think Becky name value. There's nobody that's going to compete with Becky for name value, and there is a tie. I just don't know how we get there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I hope we get Claudio and Okada at Full Gear,
but we won't.
We're not going to get that.
No. Simmer your expectations here.
How long has Jake the Snake been outside the ring the whole time? All the minutes.
He's a snake. He's a slippery snake.
The entire time, my guy. Sting.
See, that's the thing is he had the snake camouflage. You didn't realize he was there.
Right, blended in. Sting knows he has to retire. Yeah, that's why he announced it, my guy. He's out.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, this was a great match. It was a good match. It was a little bit clunky, but I thought it was a really good match. The crowd was really into it.
Good match. Probably, obviously, best match on Collision. Yeah, not terrible. Yeah.
And we will take your rating out of 10, folks. Get in the chat. Let us know how you felt about tonight. Great ending. Victor liked it as well. Tony Khan will book Sting the win because it's his favorite wrestler. Yeah, so I mean, we throw normal rationale out the window. They won tonight. They'll also win at the pay-per-view.
But how are we saying he's his favorite wrestler? Like, what about Ric Flair? What about Kenny Omega? What about Nick and Matt Jackson? Like, this man has flavors of the week.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think, I mean, I kind of agree with the sentiment, though. That
this man is Baskin Robbins of pro wrestling. He's got 31 flavors.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy doesn't lose. Darby doesn't lose very often. Sting doesn't lose. I think they're going to win. They're going to beat the heels on at Full Gear, and we'll see what that means or how they continue it if they do.
I'll take heels over strong then.
What?
I said I'll do early prediction. I'll take heels over strong.
Yeah, I'm going to take baby faces.
Right. I was just honoring your prediction.
Why does Nick Wayne look like...
You had to clarify that.
Why does Nick Wayne...
Wayne? Well, let me tell you, cowboy.
Here's Christian. Yeah. And that's why Full Gear is not compelling.
Why Full Gear? Not even Full Gear. Full Gear.
Full Gear. I read right through that, eh?
But no, it fits way better.
7
as our show is Full Gear.
Points to chair on that one. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Could Braun Strowman be the 5th member to join Team Cody? His neck's not ready, I don't believe.
Yeah, no.
Fusion. Yeah, no. But yeah.
Fusion dance. Ah.
I would definitely. They should bring Braun Strowman back and do the Roderick Strong gimmick with Braun Strowman on the other show.
No, you can't do that, Nicholas.
I just want to watch the world burn. Sorry.
Well, we ask ourselves, Mr. Wayne, while we pick ourselves back up.
Right. I would definitely keep Vincent Dutch, Lance Archer together. Jake Roberts, that can, yeah, but I agree. When they put them together last week, Nick, I was like, this is great. Then I knew who they booked them against, and I'm like, fuck, here's our new like heel trios team, and they lose. First time they're together, they lose.
Elevated Dark Order. You're the spooky gang that's upper mid card, so you lose to the main eventers versus the Dark Order, who loses to the job guys.
Couldn't have had fucking Shane Taylor with the WorkHorsemen lose tonight instead of a brand new group that you just got together.
Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, Kazarian.
Check. Kazarian is in Impact, I believe. 8 out of 10.
Even then, that's the thing. Is spin the wheel. They probably signed to AEW. You can fucking make something work,
right?
When you're like Vincent, Dutch, reading all the names up, I was like, is this just one person's name and just everything's a hyphen?
Victor, I should have read down earlier. A lot of people have wondered if Jade could be interjected in this. I don't love the idea, but people have suggested it.
The only way that works is if they'd put her over way super uber duper strong, and she'd be like Roman Reigns if she's sole survivor, like 4-on-1, and she just slams everybody into oblivion.
Yeah, there you go. Jade is perfect for her debut on a Survivor Series, and it's a gimmick match. It can hide her flaws
and hide her push. Maybe,
I mean, we look at people like EO and such that have had big moments in a War Games that's kind of led to a push behind them. I see what you're saying, because I don't love it. I admit. 9 out of 10.
You have somebody that's coming in with that much of a push behind them initially.
Asking me fucking riddles while I'm on vitamins. I gotta check.
What's the riddle now?
1 second. SmackDown. Women. Oh wait.
Poor people need it, or poor people have it. Rich people need it. What am I?
I want money.
Nothing.
I got nothing. I got lots of nothing.
I don't know. You were sitting there talking about riddles, so I'm like, I'm gonna just go on the noise.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, you can read ahead. I was just looking. What about
Brandon saying good night?
What about Alba and Issa?
What about me? What about Raven?
B-Fab. B-Fab might be a show.
No. You know what would be fabulous? If she was nowhere near fucking Survivor Series.
Who the fuck is Brindley Reese?
Good question. Don't know. Don't care.
I say put Ava in the women's War Games.
Oh, all right. Hold on. If you're gonna say that, and then you gave me so much flack of saying she was the Rhea Ripley of the schism, the dyad, whatever they want to call themselves.
Oh, she definitely was.
And jump her into the women's War Games match. Boy, howdy.
No, I mean, why not? Kathy Kelly could do it. No, anyway, I was looking through
what the fuck? All right, you're just working down the totem pole here of Kathy Kelly could do it. What?
Clearly. Are you down
Becky Redmond to be the mystery partner in the women's War Games match?
Right. Are you ready? Are you down for another Swerve versus Hangman Adam Page at Full Deer?
I swerve when I drive. Yeah, right? I swerve when I drive.
Slip inside
when I'm on stream, apparently.
I'm actually looking forward to Swerve and Page. I think I'm okay with that match. I like what they've done.
I'm looking forward to a Swerve match, and it's interesting. Well, just mentioning about people turning on Sting. is Rey Mysterio the Sting of WWE? Of just everybody turns on that man. Of that man is gullible as gullible can get. Of everybody's nice to Rey Mysterio until they turn on him in like 2 weeks' time.
Right. That's what happens when you're that, the babyface gatekeeper is they just line you up and line you up and line you up. Even his kid fucking turned on him.
Well, and then it's so great to see even Rhea just trolling right now of even like after Santos turns and everything of maybe Rey, you're the problem.
Right? Maybe it's you.
Her
Undertaker
Twitter
debuted
header is the moment to where Ray's sitting there caught up in the stairs before Escobar kicks him.
Right. Undertaker debuted at some Survivor Series. Yes, he did. I really hope Sky Blue gets the last spot in the 4-way. Yeah, I'd like to be in that.
Except it's a 3-way. So
there you go. She's out.
Well, 4-way is just if you're adding yourself in there, which don't do that.
I think they both said the same thing differently. Well, Undertaker did debut at Survivor Series, guys.
No one was questioning that.
He would no. I think I might think there was some question there, but I don't worry about it. But yeah, we're shutting her down, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, what about an NXT call up? Yeah, Xia Li. Let's go.
No.
Mia Yim. Let's get Mission in here.
She's missing in action more than mission.
Mission in action.
She is mission in action.
Mission impossible right now.
All Cruz can't find that bitch.
All right, on that wonderful note, folks, it's late. The numbers are dwindling. Me and Nick are going to tap out. Call it a night.
We're about to play here some, James Bond GoldenEye split screen.
Dun, dun.
You started to go with that screen or that.
I'm going to get through this outro and we're going to go home.
Fair enough.
Good evening, good night, folks. Click all the links, click all the buttons. I got to talk fast. He's going to say something. But yeah, make sure you're a part of it all, folks. Thank you for joining us, Nick. I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Whenever you're watching this, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you better put that poor life with it.
Have a good night, folks. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Dirt Sheet Debates. See you on the flip side. Good night.